Welcome everyone to Ellie and Lucas. We would like to first of all thank you so much for those of you who participated on our live stream yesterday. We had a blast and we should probably do something like this in the future.
Yeah, we can.
So yeah, we'll think about adding this to our list for our next goals, and this means we also have to set another goal. We'll think about that. Today we wanted to share with you some German words since we've both been learning German. Some German words that we find we really wish we had in English. And make sure you stay tuned to the end because we stick some bloopers in there so you have the chance to have a laugh too. It brightens up your day. Today we have 7 words for you that there is not an easy English equivalent for. Let's start out. One of the first German words that I remember thinking that we needed in English was der Orver. And in English this means the song that gets stuck in your head. So you know, like if you have a song that just has been stuck in your head for the whole day, like you would call it an Ohrwurm. This happens to us a lot. I find that I come into the kitchen singing some song and then he, like 20 seconds later, starts singing some song, but he's like, why am I singing this song?
It happens a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The next word is der Parkschein, and this is super common obviously in Germany, but in the US, we don't really have a way to describe this. In fact, I was in class just the other day and my teacher was asking me what the English word for Parkschein would be, and I really didn't have any good idea. So basically, for those that don't know, in Germany, the Parkschein is basically what happens when you pay to be allowed to park on the street someplace. And you get a physical paper ticket that you put on your windshield. So it's kind of like a parking permit or parking ticket.
Parking permit, I would say.
But if you directly translate it, say with Google Translate, Google will say in English it's called a parking ticket. But in English, we just say a parking ticket is the fine that you get for illegally parking somewhere. So we don't really have a word for Parkschein. You just simply say you're allowed to park in that spot because you paid for it.
The next word that we have for you is der Treppenwitz. And so this is a thought about something that you should have said in a previous conversation after you leave the conversation, and theoretically usually when you're going up the stairs you think about it, or when you're walking. I find that sometimes this happens to me, not usually anymore, but when I'm having an argument with someone and I'm oh, I should have said that, that would have really added to my side. But I guess I don't find myself in arguments with people much anymore.
You're always stuck at home.
Yeah.
And you never argue with me.
Never. I am an angel. So, in any case, it's a term for something that you thought of later, which I also find that would be really useful in English.
Yeah. I mean, we all have those
thoughts, yes.
I don't know if we talk about the fact that we have them enough to need a word.
Yeah. I don't know when I would use the word.
I was having a Treppenwitz the other day. Our next 2 words are kind of short, so this is kind of 1 point, but it's still 2 points, and that's doch and jein. Jein. And so in German they're very typical, but in English we don't really have words to replace them with, especially doch. So doch is a word that you use to kind of insist that something is or is not a certain way. So for instance, if I say to Ellie, es regnet heute, and she says,
Nein.
And I say, ja doch, then that's me saying, yes, it is raining, or yes, it will rain. And in English we'd probably just say, yeah, huh, or yes, it will, some phrase like that to further push our point. But in German, they just have the one word. And then, of course, Germany also has jein, and this we do kind of have in English. Sorry, plant. I just beat up Ellie's plant. This jein. We kind of have in English, but we kind of don't. We don't have a single word still as a phrase. And so jein is kind of saying, yes, but no. Or yeah, that was close. So I hear this a lot in my German course right now. If I say a sentence almost correct, and my teacher would be jein? Yeah, you were almost there, but you messed up the important part. So that's one word that's not even really a German word. It's like a combination that we don't even have something close to in English. Another word, and this one applied really well to Ellie recently, is verschlimmbessern. So in English, we really don't have a single word for this, but it means that to try to make something better, you actually made it worse. And Ellie did this like a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
She didn't like her haircut, so she tried to fix it on her own, and it just ended up that much worse. So then she had to go to a hairstylist to have it all fixed up.
In October, when I got my haircut, I wanted something about like the same length and about here, but to donate my hair, it had to be a bit shorter. Then the stylist decided to just make everything like whoop to my hair and to my head, and that's not what I wanted. Like the layers started up here, and it just looked terrible. And then when it grew out, there was little points that would stick out of my ponytail that drive me crazy. So I took one day and I cut one off, and I made a huge like dent in my hair. It was terrible. And so I went to a salon to get it fixed, and now this like style that I have is more like what I wanted. But yeah, so we made it better after first making it worse. The last word that we have is der Weltschmerz, and I think this really could have applied to me because I feel like I've kind of felt this a lot. I have sympathy with the world. But like as a kid, you know, you grow up and you think that the world is great and everything is fantastic and that type of stuff, and you're going to be an adult. But like really when you grow up, you realize, oh, this country's like in war, these people are poor, and you know, you just kind of like feel sorry for them. So there you kind of have like Weltschmerz, like you feel sympathy with the rest of the humanity because everything's not perfect.
Like you thought it was.
Yeah.
So there are our 7 words that don't have an English equivalent. And they're all pretty good words, actually. They make a lot of sense, and we should definitely always leave it up to the German language to figure out what phrases just need an individual word. It'd probably make English simpler, too.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks again for watching. Make sure that if you haven't, you click the subscribe button down below. We're always looking forward to growing our community, and we'll have to think of a new one, but pretty soon we'll tell you our next goal and what the reward for that will be for all of you. Also, make sure to click the like button and leave a comment if you have any fancy words that you know of that don't have English equivalents or that you think we should have talked about today. And thanks again for joining us yesterday on the stream, and we'll see you next week.
Mark. Oh, we should stick in that to like subscribe in the bloopers.
Gabby,
come sit. Come
be
sit.
in the camera.
Come on. Come. Oh God, we've made
She's
her
so
confused.
She's like, I don't get it. What should I do?
Gabby, come. Come. Come.